Have you ever dreamed of spending your golden years exploring new places, tasting exotic foods, and experiencing different cultures? The idea of travel is exciting. New adventures, breathtaking sights, and the joy of discovering the unknown. But what if I told you that traveling after 70 isn't as simple as it seems? What if the dream of a perfect vacation could turn into an exhausting, stressful, even dangerous ordeal? As we age, our bodies and minds change. What used to be an easy, carefree trip in our younger years can suddenly become overwhelming. Long flights feel longer. Walking tours feel tougher. And the risks? They're greater than most people realize. Many seniors don't think about these risks until they're already in trouble. They assume they can keep up the same pace, push through discomfort, and handle any challenges that come their way. But the truth is, traveling after 70 presents unique difficulties, ones that can drain your energy, impact your health, and even put your life at risk. In this chapter, we'll uncover 5 critical reasons why travel after 70 can be risky. From unexpected medical emergencies to hidden financial pitfalls, you'll learn the realities of senior travel. By the end, you'll understand exactly why caution is necessary and what steps you can take to protect yourself. And make sure to read until the end, because the final reason on this list is something most seniors never even think about. Yet it's one of the biggest reasons people lose money, time, and peace of mind while traveling. Now, let's begin. Let's start with the most obvious but often underestimated risk: your health. When you're in your 20s or 30s, travel is all about adventure. You book a ticket, pack a bag, and go. There's little concern about how your body will handle the journey. But after 70, your body doesn't bounce back the same way. Long flights increase the risk of blood clots, a serious condition called deep vein thrombosis. High altitudes can put dangerous strain on your heart and lungs, especially if you have pre-existing conditions. Even something as simple as dehydration or exhaustion can lead to severe complications in an unfamiliar climate. And here's the worst part: medical help isn't always available when you need it. At home, getting medical care is easy. You know where the nearest hospital is. You have your doctor's number saved in your phone. But when you're in a foreign country, or even just in another state, things aren't so simple. A minor health issue at home could turn into a major crisis abroad. Take James, for example. A 74-year-old retired teacher. He had always loved to travel. He and his wife planned a 2-week cruise, thinking it would be a relaxing, stress-free way to see the world. But on the 4th day of the trip, James woke up with severe chest pain. His wife rushed him to the ship's medical center, where they gave him basic treatment. But it wasn't enough. He needed a hospital, fast. The problem: the cruise ship was in the middle of the ocean. James had to wait hours for an emergency evacuation to the nearest port. By the time he reached a hospital, the doctors told him he was lucky to be alive. What was supposed to be a dream vacation turned into a terrifying experience, one that left James shaken and fearful of traveling again. He later admitted, "If I had considered the risks more carefully, I never would have gone." But it's not just emergencies that are the problem. It's the cost of those emergencies. Many seniors assume their health insurance will cover them wherever they go. But that's a dangerous assumption. The truth: most insurance plans don't cover international medical treatment. If you don't have the right travel insurance, even a simple hospital visit could cost thousands of dollars out of pocket. Some seniors have spent their entire savings on emergency surgeries and hospital stays, all because they didn't realize their insurance wouldn't cover them. If you're over 70 and considering travel, don't take risks with your health. Here's what you should do. Talk to your doctor first. Get a full health checkup before making any travel plans. Carry all necessary medications, and always bring extra in case of unexpected delays. Research the healthcare system of your destination. Know where the nearest hospitals are. Get travel insurance that covers emergencies. Make sure it includes hospital stays and evacuations. Because when it comes to your health, Being prepared is the difference between a smooth trip and a disaster. The second biggest risk: getting sick while traveling. Crowded airports, packed airplanes, public transportation, unfamiliar restaurants. All of these are breeding grounds for bacteria and viruses. For a younger traveler, a stomach bug or cold is just an annoyance, a temporary inconvenience. But for seniors, these infections can turn into serious complications, hospitalizations, long recoveries, even permanent health damage. Here's why. Weakened immune systems. As we age, our immune systems don't fight off infections as easily. New bacteria and viruses. When you travel, you're exposed to germs your body isn't used to. Airplane air circulation. Sitting in a packed plane for hours means breathing in recycled air, filled with germs from people all over the world. Food and water contamination. In some countries, even drinking tap water can lead to serious stomach infections. How to protect yourself while traveling. Wear a mask in crowded places. It's one of the easiest ways to avoid airborne viruses. Wash your hands constantly. Use hand sanitizer when soap isn't available. Drink bottled water. Avoid tap water in countries where it's unsafe. Stick to well-cooked meals. Avoid raw foods that could carry bacteria. Get recommended vaccines. Protect yourself before stepping on a plane. But health isn't the only problem. There's one more reason why traveling after 70 can be more of a burden than a joy, one that affects not just your body, but also your wallet and peace of mind. And that's exactly what we'll explore next: the financial risks of senior travel. Many people believe that retirement is the perfect time to travel. After all, you've worked hard your whole life. Why not finally enjoy it? But what most seniors don't realize is that traveling after 70 comes with serious financial risks, ones that can drain your savings faster than you think. The hidden costs no one talks about. Traveling today is not like it was 20 or 30 years ago. Flights are more expensive. Hotels charge hidden fees. Even basic things, like food and transportation, cost far more than expected. But the real danger: unexpected expenses. Medical emergencies abroad. Without proper travel insurance, even a short hospital visit can cost you thousands of dollars. Trip cancellations. What if you fall sick before your trip? Most airlines won't refund your ticket unless you pay extra for flexible booking. Scams targeting seniors. Tourist hotspots are full of scammers looking for easy targets, and unfortunately, older travelers are often their top choice. The story of Margaret, a dream vacation gone wrong. Margaret, 72, had spent years saving for a trip to Paris. She booked a beautiful hotel, planned luxury tours, and was ready for the adventure of a lifetime. But just 3 days into her trip, disaster struck. While walking through a busy market, a friendly stranger approached her. He seemed kind, offering to help with directions, but within minutes her wallet was gone. All her cash, credit cards, and passport stolen. The hotel refused to let her stay without a valid ID or a new payment. She spent the next 48 hours at the embassy, struggling to prove her identity. The vacation she had dreamed about for years turned into a nightmare of stress, police reports, and emergency calls home. Margaret later said, "I felt helpless. If I had been more prepared, none of this would have happened." How to protect your finances while traveling. If you're over 70 and planning a trip, protecting your money should be a top priority. Never carry all your cash in one place. Keep a small emergency stash separate. Use a travel money belt. Pickpockets target purses, pockets, and backpacks, but a money belt stays hidden. Inform your bank before traveling. Sudden transactions abroad can trigger fraud alerts and freeze your account. Only book hotels and tours from reputable sources. Avoid last-minute deals from unverified websites. Always have a backup credit card. If one gets stolen, you won't be stranded. Because when it comes to travel, losing money isn't just frustrating. It can leave you stuck in a foreign country with no way to get home. 4. Travel fatigue and physical limitations. There's one thing no one wants to admit about aging. We don't have the same energy we used to. When you're younger, traveling is exciting. You wake up early, explore for hours, and still have the energy for late-night adventures. But after 70, travel takes a much bigger toll. Long flights leave you exhausted. Sitting in a cramped seat for 10+ hours can cause swelling, joint pain, and backaches. Jet lag hits harder. The older we get, the harder it is for our bodies to adjust to new time zones. Walking tours feel like a marathon. What once felt like a leisurely stroll can now feel physically draining. The reality of senior travel. Many seniors overestimate their endurance. They plan packed schedules, morning tours, afternoon excursions, and evening shows. But by the third day of the trip, exhaustion hits hard. It's not just about feeling tired. It's about how exhaustion affects your entire trip. Irritability and stress. When you're too tired, even small inconveniences feel overwhelming. Increased risk of falls. Weak legs plus uneven sidewalks equals a dangerous combination. Reduced enjoyment. If you're constantly worn out, you won't fully experience the places you visit. How to avoid travel burnout. Plan slower-paced itineraries. Give yourself extra time to rest between activities. Choose direct flights. Layovers make travel twice as exhausting. Stay in centrally located hotels. Being close to attractions means less walking and transportation hassle. Take rest days. Every few days, plan a light schedule or a full day of relaxation. Because travel isn't about how many places you visit. It's about how much you enjoy the journey. 5. The emotional toll of traveling alone. Now, let's talk about something that few seniors ever consider: the emotional impact of traveling. For younger people, travel is social. They meet new people, make friends easily, and thrive in the excitement of new experiences. But for many seniors, traveling alone can feel isolating. Being in a foreign country without family, it can be lonely, especially when surrounded by younger crowds. Struggling with communication barriers. Not speaking the local language can make even simple tasks stressful. Missing the comforts of home. Some seniors feel homesick faster than expected. The story of Richard. The loneliness of travel. Richard, 75, had always wanted to visit Rome. After his wife passed away, he finally booked the trip. He imagined himself wandering ancient streets, enjoying local food, and feeling a sense of adventure. But once he arrived, reality felt different. Eating alone in restaurants felt awkward. Sightseeing without a companion felt empty. At night, sitting in his hotel room, he felt a deep loneliness he hadn't expected. By the time his trip ended, he wasn't excited. He just wanted to go home. Richard later said, "I didn't realize how much I would miss sharing these experiences with someone." How to stay emotionally connected while traveling. Travel with a companion. Whether it's a friend, family member, or group tour, traveling with others makes the experience more fulfilling. Join senior-friendly tours. Many travel companies offer guided tours designed for older adults. Stay in touch with loved ones. Video call or message family daily. It makes a huge difference. Engage with locals. Even small conversations with locals can make you feel more connected. Because travel should be about joy, not loneliness. Is travel after 70 worth it? So, is traveling after 70 worth the risk? The answer is yes, but with caution. Traveling at this age can be rewarding, but only if you take the right precautions. Ignoring the risks can turn a dream trip into a stressful experience. But with careful planning, smart choices, and realistic expectations, you can still explore the world safely and comfortably. Because adventure doesn't end at 70. It just requires a little more wisdom. The reality of travel insurance. Is it worth it? When planning a trip, most seniors focus on destinations, hotels, and flights. But they often overlook one of the most important things: travel insurance. Some think, "I've traveled before without it. Why bother now?" But here's the truth. After 70, travel insurance isn't optional. It's essential. The hidden dangers of traveling without insurance. Medical emergencies abroad. A simple injury, like slipping on a wet floor, can lead to a $10,000 plus hospital bill in countries like the US or Japan. Trip cancellations. Imagine booking a $5,000 cruise only to fall sick before departure. Without insurance, you lose everything. Lost luggage. If an airline misplaces your bags, replacing your clothes, medication, and essentials can be a costly nightmare. The story of James, a costly lesson. James, 74, had always been healthy. So when he booked a 3-week vacation to Thailand, he thought travel insurance was a waste of money. Big mistake. On the second day of his trip, he suffered a mild heart attack. The hospital required upfront payment before treatment. The cost, $12,000. James didn't have that kind of cash. His family had to wire money from home, delaying his treatment for hours. After this terrifying experience, James now says, "I'll never travel again without insurance." It's not an extra expense, it's protection. How to choose the right travel insurance. Look for policies with high medical coverage. Some only cover basic costs. Make sure yours includes hospital stays and emergency evacuation. Check pre-existing condition coverage. Some policies won't cover medical issues related to past health conditions. Compare multiple providers. Prices vary, so shop around for the best deal. Read the fine print. Some cheap plans come with hidden exclusions. Because when it comes to your health and finances, a few $100s on insurance is nothing compared to the cost of a medical emergency. 7. The risks of relying on public transport. Many travelers love using public transport. It's cheap, convenient, and an easy way to experience local life. But for seniors, it's not always safe. The dangers of public transport for older travelers. Crowded buses and trains, standing for long periods or navigating packed vehicles can be exhausting and even dangerous. Risk of theft. Pickpockets target tourists, especially seniors who seem distracted. Confusing routes and language barriers. Getting lost in an unfamiliar city can feel overwhelming. Lack of accessibility. Some metros and buses don't have elevators or ramps, making it difficult for those with mobility issues. The story of Linda, a simple mistake that led to panic. Linda, 71, was visiting Tokyo for the first time. She confidently took the subway, following Google Maps. But somewhere along the way, she got confused. She boarded the wrong train, and suddenly, nothing looked familiar. She didn't speak Japanese. Her phone battery died. And when she tried asking for help, most people didn't understand her. Panic set in. For 2 hours, she wandered the station, struggling to find her way back. What was supposed to be a fun adventure turned into a stressful ordeal. Linda later said, "I've never felt so lost. Next time, I'll plan my transportation better." Safer alternatives for senior travelers. Use taxis or ride-hailing apps. Services like Uber or local taxis are safer and more convenient. Book hotel shuttles. Many hotels offer free or affordable transport to tourist spots. Consider senior-friendly tours. Some cities have guided transport services specifically for older travelers. If using public transport, plan ahead. Download offline maps and always carry a backup power bank for your phone. Because travel should be enjoyable, not stressful. 8. The rising threat of tourist scams. Tourist scams aren't new, but they're getting more sophisticated. And unfortunately, seniors are prime targets. Why? Because scammers assume older travelers are less tech-savvy, more trusting, and often alone. Common scams targeting senior travelers. The helpful stranger. A friendly local offers help, then suddenly demands money or distracts you, while an accomplice steals your belongings. The fake taxi scam. An unlicensed driver overcharges you 10x the normal fare. Some even drive you to a fake location, forcing you to pay extra. The free gift trick. Someone gives you a bracelet, flower, or souvenir, then demands an outrageous payment when you try to leave. The fake police officer. A scammer dressed as law enforcement claims to check your passport or wallet, then steals your cash. The story of Paul, a costly mistake in Barcelona. Paul, 73, was enjoying a walk through Barcelona when two police officers stopped him. They asked to see his passport and wallet, claiming it was a routine security check. Wanting to cooperate, Paul handed them his ID and cash. In seconds, they snatched his money and disappeared into the crowd. Paul later realized they were fake police officers. His vacation was ruined, not just because he lost $500, but because he felt violated and ashamed. How to avoid travel scams. Never hand over your wallet or passport to strangers. Real police will never ask for it on the street. Ignore overly friendly strangers. If someone is too eager to help, be cautious. Use official taxis. Avoid accepting rides from drivers approaching you. Research common scams in your destination. Knowing the risks before you go is your best defense. Because travel should be about making memories, not losing money. Final thoughts. Travel smarter, not harder. By now, it's clear, traveling after 70 comes with unique challenges. But does that mean you should stop exploring the world? Absolutely not. Instead of avoiding travel, the key is to travel smarter. Plan realistically. Know your limits. Don't overbook your schedule. Prioritize safety. Choose trusted transport, secure hotels, and travel insurance. Stay alert. Scammers, hidden fees, and unexpected issues can ruin a trip if you're not prepared. Travel with the right mindset. Accept that travel at this age is different, but still incredibly rewarding. Because adventure doesn't end with age. It just requires a little more wisdom. The importance of packing smart. What seniors must bring. Packing light sounds great in theory, but for seniors, it's all about packing smart, because forgetting the right items can turn a great trip into a disaster. The essentials every senior traveler needs. Medications and copies of prescriptions. Some countries won't allow certain medications without proper documentation. Always bring extra in case of delays. A lightweight, sturdy suitcase. Choose one with 360 degrees wheels to avoid stringing your back. Compression socks. Long flights increase the risk of blood clots. These help keep circulation flowing. A digital copy of important documents. Keep scans of your passport, insurance, and emergency contacts in your email or phone. A comfortable pair of shoes. Don't let blisters or foot pain ruin your trip. A small mistake, big consequences. Mary, 75, was excited about her trip to Italy. She packed light, thinking she wouldn't need much. But she forgot one thing, her backup pair of glasses. On day 2, she lost her only pair. Suddenly, reading maps, menus, and even her phone became a struggle. She spent half her vacation searching for an optician instead of enjoying the sights. Mary's lesson: never assume you won't need extras, because when you do, it's too late. Packing smart equals traveling smart. Pack multi-purpose clothing. Lightweight, wrinkle-free, and comfortable. Bring a travel-sized first aid kit. Pain relievers, Band-Aids, and stomach medicine can be lifesavers. Use a crossbody bag. It's safer than a backpack and keeps valuables within reach. Pack snacks. Low blood sugar can ruin a day. Keep granola bars or nuts handy. Because packing isn't just about saving space. It's about saving yourself from headaches later. 10. The most overlooked travel rule. Rest more, rush less. You might feel pressure to see everything, to pack your itinerary with museums, tours, and restaurants. But here's the truth. The best trips aren't about doing more. They're about enjoying more. Why slower travel equals better travel. Prevents exhaustion. Too much walking or sightseeing can drain your energy fast. Reduces stress. Rushing from one attraction to another feels more like work than fun. Creates deeper experiences. Spending extra time in one place lets you truly absorb its beauty. The story of Robert. Why he regretted rushing. Robert, 72, had a bucket list: Paris, Rome, and London, all in 2 weeks. He planned back-to-back activities, leaving no time for rest or spontaneity. By day 5, he was exhausted, irritable, and overwhelmed. He barely remembered the sights because he spent more time running than enjoying. Robert later admitted, "I should have focused on fewer places and truly experienced them." How to travel at the right pace. Plan buffer days. Give yourself time to rest between major activities. Stay longer in one place. Instead of 5 cities in one trip, choose 2 or 3. Prioritize experiences over checklists. Don't just see a place, immerse yourself in it. Because travel isn't a race, it's a journey. Why your best trips are still ahead. By now, you've seen the mistakes many senior travelers make. Some can cost you time, some can cost you money, and some can cost you memories. But the good news? You now know how to avoid them. Pack smarter. Take what you truly need. Travel slower. Quality over quantity. Stay prepared. Expect the unexpected. Because age doesn't limit your adventures. Only lack of preparation does. So, what's stopping you from your next trip? Because somewhere out there, an unforgettable journey is waiting for you. The question is, will you take it